Hey YouTube, Rook here from Rook Geek Goodness, my little channel web for all things geeky and cool, and welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to a Funko review and unboxing video, and I'm really happy to bring these two pops to all the viewers and subscribers. Always click that like button, always subscribe to the channel, comment on my videos. It helps me out immensely so I know if you like this content or not. Of course, in this video we're talking about the character of Blue, the main character of the Jurassic World Dominion movie. Basically, that really spun off of the very first Jurassic World movie, which is what Blue looked like back here. This is how the character of Blue looked back then. I want to say the movie came out, I want to say 2018, but it could be wrong on the date. I think it was 2018 for the very first Jurassic World movie, and this is how she looked back then. They completely redesigned and retooled how the character looks now. She had a very, very big figure stand, and this figure stand was known to break a lot. And of course, the Jurassic World Dominion movie just came in theaters about a week ago as far as shooting this particular video, and it is the last movie in the Jurassic Park / Jurassic World franchise. They're not doing any more movies. So let's talk about the character of Blue here. There's two versions I have here to showcase and talk about in this video. You have the Funko Shop exclusive version, which is Pop 1220, which is based on the Pop movie line, which is a Funko Shop exclusive of Blue. And then you have I think it's a cooler, neater version of Blue. It's a common version of the Velociraptors, plural, of Blue and Beta. That's right. Basically, the character Blue has a baby raptor called Beta. It's a whole big plot point for the movie. I don't want to spoil anything. I really highly recommend taking a look at that movie. It's a great flick. So we're going to do a full breakdown of these characters. And in the breakdown segment, as we always do, we always look at the packaging and presentation. I'm going to focus on one at a time. It's much easier to showcase off the packaging that way. So let's take this one off right now, and we'll come back to it. Let's first focus on basically, I think the star of the show. It's Blue. It's known as the Velociraptors, which is plural. And you have the Jurassic World Dominion symbol right there. We'll talk about that shortly. So it's Blue and Beta. Again, this is a common version of the character of Blue, and this is kind of a thing they did with the Jurassic World and Jurassic Park video, Pops rather. They give you the side-loading packaging. Normally Pops would be packaged like this. They do something different for the Jurassic Pops themselves. Several of them are in a side-loading packaging. There's no real term for it. I just kind of coined that term because there's no real word for it. It just looks like a side-loaded package, which I guess that it's in their contract or their deal they have when they made these Pops to make it side-loaded like this. This one comes like that one. You have the T-Rex that comes like this one. You have the Raptor Packed, which will be another video down the road, which is in a side-loading packaging as well. But I like the side-loading packaging. It's really neat looking. So let's focus on the packaging first. You have, again, Pop movies here. Pop number 1212 or 1212. A nice shot of what she looks like out of packaging right here. You have the Velociraptors Blue and Beta listed right there. And the back of the packaging showcase the characters that are available in this particular wave. And an all-important shot right here of Blue and Beta, which she looks absolutely adorable. I love the way this character looks. I'll get some up-close shots of the packaging 360 so you can see what it looks like in packaging. I just love what they did with this particular version of Blue. And again, they changed her from what she looked like here. Again, I'm going to put shots of her next to these other characters so you can see what they look like, because they changed the way the sculpt looks, and I like these new ones better than this one right here. I think this is a better design than that first Blue we have. Now we look at the Funko Shop exclusive version of her right here, which is her by herself. Again, side-loading packaging, which we just talked about. You have the Pop movies right there. Nice window box display. Pop number 1220 or 1220. A nice shot of her right here. You have the Velociraptor Blue here, the all-important Jurassic World logo. I didn't showcase that over here, but this version right here does have the Jurassic World logo listed right there. So she looks really good. I like the way she looks, and all important right there, the Funko Shop exclusive sticker, meaning the only way you could have gotten this is through the Funko Shop website or through a third-party seller. My wife picked this up for me when she went up to the Hollywood store in California. The Funko Shop there sold this character, so they had this at their store. That's where she got it for me. I think the price point was, I want to say it was $15 US. So a nice shot of her right here, side shot of her. You have the Velociraptor right there. It does even say it on that side as well as Blue. And the back of the packaging showcases Blue and all the characters available in that particular wave. So let's bring them both into the shot again. Again, I do like what they've done with the side-loading packaging. I think it's completely different. The only ones I've seen who really focused like this were things like Jurassic Park. I think the Cars movie did this side-loading design, but you don't see this a whole lot. And this is sort of a unique approach for Funko. I do like what they did here. So let's get these characters out of packaging and get to the breakdown segment. All right, guys, we have our Jurassic World Dominion Pops out of packaging. Next thing we do take our Pops out of packaging is look at the paint and articulation. Unfortunately, there's no articulation for either of these these two pops, but they both bring a lot to the table and they both look really good. Let's first focus on Blue with Beta, this one right here. We'll come back to the Blue by herself. First things first, she looks really good. Basically what you're seeing here is a shot out of time from the movie. There's a shot that looks just like this where you see Blue next to Baby, the Beta right here, and it looks absolutely adorable. I still like the attention of the blue line coming across her back, all the way up her neck and up her head. This is basically showcased in the right out of the movie to vinyl figure form. And she looks different again compared to the original Blue we saw from the Jurassic World first movie. As you can tell, there is differences between the two pops, especially the lines of blue color and how basically the pop itself has been changed and they redesigned and rebuilt this pop to really take into consideration how she looks in the movie now. And this one, although looks good, does not hold a candle to this one right here, especially the baby pop. The baby version of Beta, the baby raptor, looks super cute, super adorable, looks awesome. She even has the little blue stripe just like Mama. Baby Blue, like the version of Blue here, the little baby Beta has the blue streak right here. I'll get some up-close shots and B-roll so you can see what I'm talking about, but she looks absolutely amazing. I like the black eyes right there. The mouth does not move. The head does not move. It's basically a staction piece. Now, this may be turned off from certain collectors. They may or may not like this pop, specifically for this big figure stand. This is a rather large figure stand. It's a big base, and it basically plugs into the belly of Blue. So basically it slots in. You can't remove it from what I'm seeing here. You can't remove it from the figure itself. I wouldn't recommend applying a lot of pressure to it. I'd leave it the way it is. But maybe some collectors may not like this. I see why they did this. Basically, it would not be able to stand without this figure stand. And again, the sculpt looks amazing here. The Velociraptor claws up, kind of coiled up. The feet, you can see the claws on the feet because, Velociraptors are known to have those big spiky claws on their feet, just like they talk about in the movie. Again, great attention to detail. Love everything they did with this particular version of the pop. Let's bring it around the turntable so you can see what it looks like in 360. Again, love everything with this particular version of Blue. Looks completely different than the very first generation of the Blue pops in the very first Jurassic World movie, like what they did with this pop. Again, people may not like it because that big figure stand, and the other version of Blue, which we'll talk about shortly, supports a very similar figure stand design. I get what they did. I know why they did, why Funko went this direction, but people may or may not like that because it just looks like it takes up a lot of space, more space than what the figure is, because it basically, the figure stand goes basically past the size of how big the figure is. It increases the footprint or the size of the figure. And again, this is a common version of Blue and Beta. Now let's take a look at Blue by herself in a sort of attack pose. Looks really, really good. Like, again, very similar to the one we saw before. Instead of being kind of coiled up, she's in an attack stance. I love what it did here. It looks really, really good. Again, same sort of design from what we saw of this one right here. You have the blue across the top of the head, running through the back, all the way across the figure to the tail. Love what they did here. Like, you can see, like, she's kind of jumping. You have this kind of claw up in the air right here. You have the two little hands kind of in this attack pose, like she's running. Maybe she's in a running stance, I would say, and this back leg is running as well right here. So again, I like what they did here. Again, no articulation. You can't move it, remove it from the stand. It is stuck. It's all attached to the figure. Again, people may or may not like that. I like it. I think it works, but it does increase the size of the figure basically from the base. And not so much for this one, but definitely for the Blue with Baby here, Blue with Beta. It is a little bit bigger than the figure itself, so people may or may not like that. But again, I see why they did that, just because the figure needs that stability, because again, she's in a sort of either running or jumping stance, and they had to do this to make it so the figure itself could stand properly under its own weight. If this figure stand wasn't here, it wouldn't be able to hold any stance. You'd probably have to get a different way to plug a figure stand in, very similar to this one right here. You might need to change the design of how you built the figure, but I like what they did with this version of Blue. She looks amazing. Again, this is a Funko Shop exclusive, higher price point. I think I've seen these ones going on. Again, I got mine for, I think, $15. I think I've seen this one going as high as $35 up to $40. I would shop around if you're looking to get this version of Blue. Look online, look at your Amazons, look at your second or third party retail sellers online to see if you can get a better deal. Let's bring them all into the shot, including the original version of Blue right here, so you can kind of see what she looks like. I'll kind of pull it up a little closer so you can see. Again, attention to detail is great. They changed the design based from what she looked like here to these two versions. They kind of evolved the character, one with her baby and one with one baby over here and one with her basically in this either running or jumping stance. So I highly recommend, if you're saying to me, Rook, should I buy a version of Blue? Personally speaking, I think the one with the baby is a very, very cool version of Blue. I think this really showcases and spotlights the story of what this character is all about. I highly recommend this one. It is a common pop. You should be able to find it anywhere that pops are normally sold. If they support and actually get Jurassic World pops, you should be able to find this one. So I highly recommend picking this one up. Definitely stay tuned because I'll be making some more Jurassic World Dominion movie videos here for Funko. I'm going to be doing at least one more for a larger pop and one for the Raptor squad. It's a big plot point in the movie. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. Keep your eyes open for that video in the near future. I do hope you like this video. Definitely give it a like at the bottom of the page. Click that all-important subscribe button, picture my face. When you subscribe, click the bell icon to be notified when I latest videos. And of course, last but not least, you look at the windows over here to watch more of my content. Take care, guys. See you next video, and bye-bye.